Oh god. Fahkumram.
Are we live chat? We were having some troubles.
Yeah, I see.
I hope it's working this time.
it's working.
I think it's working.
Nice.
I think it's working now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Streaming is hard.
Oh god. I don't want to tell everyone what I messed up with, you know? I feel like if I tell them this time I can know. I forgot to give you the new logo. Shit.
Okay, send it now. We still have time.
Okay.
Swap it out.
I got it. Hold on.
It's a throwback episode, dude. We pre-recorded this.
But chat won't know.
Yeah.
We pre-recorded it.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
It's like everything
not at
else
that
that's on
part yet.
TV right now. Everything's either pre-recorded or video game.
This music's too intense.
You talking about like the all those like race car things that's on TV that are real sports?
Yeah, I've seen some of those. I mean, like all the NBA Twitter accounts I follow just talk about old games from like 1974 and shit, and I'm just like, oh god, dude.
Last night they were playing
It's
the
like,
rest of the Super Bowls.
I want to know Walt Frazier's stats. I guess it's fine.
I got last Sunday they played the Super Bowl from last year, but hella people got faked out, and they're all like, "Why are there people there at the stadium all together?" They're like hella like just going on social media telling the NFL like, "Why are you guys doing this shit now? Why are the Falcons and Patriots playing again?" Like,
Why are they playing again?
yeah.
It's going down just like last time too.
Oh god, things are fucking up. All right, what's up, guys?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, look at
What do you do?
Look at the layout. It was
Wow. Okay, so welcome
What
back.
did you do,
guys.
Mike?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. All right, welcome back, guys. This is BOOMcast number 37. I am joined with the Boom Squad. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I still got to add an image right now too because we were just figuring it out right now.
It's been a rough week. It's been a rough couple weeks for everybody out there. Hope you guys are all doing okay. But yeah, we're figuring this out. I don't know the last time Mike had to stream a Boomcast. You know, it's
tough.
It's been a minute.
Where's that image? Oh my God, this is a blow up. I can't find it. All right, it looks like we're back to 10 years ago. But all right, we're joined with
That's what I'm
Repul
talking about.
to my right. Then we got Ricky downstairs, and we got Suiken. We got some things to talk about. A lot of news that happened. We haven't had a Boomcast in like I think 3 weeks or so. But yeah. First thing we're going to talk about, it's a little bit of a downer. You know, it's a little bit like current events. You know, shit's been going down with the whole virus and shit. Coronavirus. Coronavirus.
Wait. First of all, you
think
really
you
got to
might
welcome back
just
Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky's been a while
I-
since Ricky has come back.
You're right.
I
You're
think
right.
you just demonetized the video by saying the words.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Nice going, Mike. Now we can't make any money.
So we got to do this all. All right, we can start it all.
Put in your
over.
2 weeks.
Who cares, man? How are we gonna not say it? Coronavirus. You
I
know?
know.
It's over.
Do I have to sell it
Demonetized.
out? COVID 19. You know? Are we safe now? Are we back? All right, cool. So
We're screwed.
yeah, we're screwed. As we already know, a lot of events have been getting canceled, unfortunately, for the safety of everybody, right? Better safe than sorry, especially with such a crazy thing going on right now. One of the first things that have been canceled is NorCal Regionals. That was supposed to be one of the starting events in America for the TWT this month. But that's been already announced that it's canceled. But along with that being canceled, we had another news. And this one's a heartbreaker. My goodness. We have Combo Breaker just announced that it has been canceled. So what do you guys think about all this?
That's a tough news to swallow. It's really bad. I think I think Combo Breaker was literally like the wake up call. People probably were thinking like, oh man, we can get through this. But now it's hit Combo Breaker at this point, right?
Right. It's so unfortunate. I mean, this is kind of a tournament, especially because I've been there the last 2 years, and I was really looking forward to going there again this year. And ever since I went 2 years ago, I was saying like, man, Combo Breaker is that tournament to go to. I think everybody has been like pushing the community. If there's one tournament, one major that you could go to a year, maybe it's either between Combo Breaker or Evo, right? So and that's really been the talk. And it's really unfortunate to hear that the Rick the Hodo had to cancel the event.
Yeah, I mean, the way things are currently, it's just what are you going to do about it? We're already into April now. Common Break was a month and a half away. Government has locked down the U.S. until the end of April, essentially. Not officially across all the states, but that's the guidelines they've put out. So, you've got like a month for people to be like, all right, well, the government stopped, and then hopefully it's all done, and then let's all just risk going to Common Breaker together. I mean, it's a bad situation for them.
Scary.
It would have been super hard because also the visas wouldn't have gotten approved because the border has been closed off.
So many issues.
There's so many international players that wouldn't be able to come. And Combo Breaker, especially like for example, Ricky, right? Like he made the most memorable moment there. You were there, Steve, everybody, right? And that is the one that literally I've never seen knee break so much, right? And I've never seen Ricky sweat so much in my whole life, right? He was literally just his eyes are everywhere. People are going ham. It was like a legit riot happening, right? And it's like now coming.
And you're exaggerating.
The stories.
I am not exaggerating.
I was cool as all.
You were not cool. Can we get a playback? Can someone play it back? I really want to play it back because I really want to play it back. If you play it back, I will walk you guys through the moments, and I will see Ricky. His t-shirt's all like sweating up, and he's like,
dude. And you even see Nee do one of these. Oh,
yeah. He goes, what the hell? How did he do that?
I can tell you the clear part where I fucked up is you can see my eyes glance towards Nee.
Yeah.
He'd already done the eye roll back, and he was already focused on the screen. I looked at him. I was like, fuck. I have one more round. I was like, I took myself out of that moment, and I looked, and he was looking fine. I was like, I didn't shake him. Now
it was anyone's game at that time, but it was but it wasn't, man. That was the memorable moment that happened at Combo Breaker, and everyone was looking forward to it this year again, right?
Especially as a community hangout tournament event, right? I mean, I think that event had the most time I got to spend with other players, just doing other stuff, having fun, and then playing some games too at the 24-hour venue. Like Rip and I think Rip and I were there the last 2 years, right? Playing till 6 a.m. on Saturday or something. Oh man, I'm definitely you running sets with Run It Back Eddie from New York and stuff, all that stuff, right? We're not gonna have
that in the middle of the night, right? Like 4 or 5 a.m.
Exactly, right. Yeah.
Let's play some Tekken. Common Breaker, I think in a lot of ways is the event that people look forward to more than Evo now. And I think that this one really hurts because just the placement of the event, it's kind of in the middle of the year, right? Like obviously the tours all start in March or April, right? Like end of March, early April, something. And the Common Breaker is kind of early in the year, but it's really in May always. So it's usually end of May, which is basically almost June. You're almost halfway through the year. So to think that now we've kind of lost half the potential year of 2020 in terms of tournaments, it's oh man, what even happens? Does the rest of TWT stand a chance? What happens after that? What was supposed to be scheduled after Common Breaker? Usually I think it's CEO and then we go to Evo. Right. I think that's usually the order. So is CEO canceled? Have I been missing the news? What's happening there? As far as I know, because I don't think it's going to happen.
The other world events too, I think did the Olympics get postponed officially? Right.
Yeah, officially.
And that's even after what we're talking about, after the dates we're talking about, right? So it's just
I think the Olympics were supposed to be around the time that Evo is.
Right.
Yeah.
So they postponed that by an entire year. How is Evo going to happen? It seems kind of crazy right now. I mean, obviously everyone wants the country to get back together or whatever and get back to work, whatnot. But it seems like projection-wise, especially in the U.S., right? Because now we're number one. We're leading all the charts in most cases and everything. So it's where does it stop? Where does big events where everyone can get back together and congregate and thousands of people at a time, when does that start again? That seems so unlikely, even for August to me now.
It's still scary. Yeah, it's
I think people are gonna look at Evo as the next kind of domino to fall. I think people expected Common Breaker because the closer we got, the worse it got. So
yeah,
I think you were kind of just going through that and then hoping that the next one will be the one we can go to eventually. But I think it's going to take a while for that to even happen. But as it is right now, there's no combo breaker, but there is online WNF.
Oh God!
On PC.
It is true. It is on.
We've
PC.
done
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I mean, and for those of you guys that don't know, we started doing WNF Online 3 weeks ago, I think. So we did 2 of them on PS4. Now we've done one on the PC. Shout outs to BL for figuring out how to make this work, essentially. Because if you guys don't know, usually
running the production, everybody.
Oh hell yeah!
Bro.
Without Tan Man, none of that happens.
And
But,
don't forget Rickstah for showing up.
oh yeah, that happens all the time. But specifically, BL figured out the lobby system for us from the Soul Calibur community because we didn't know how to invite people who weren't your friends on Steam. Now we know how to do that. You have to make a Steam group, which we have, and then you have to join the Steam group chat, and then you can join people's lobbies from there essentially without having to add them to your friends.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Hella good stuff. So yeah, now we're running online events and stuff. But is this going to be the future? The thing is, we just don't know how long it's going to last, and that's the scary part, right? Everybody just try to stay safe out there, but I don't know if there's any end in sight. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this real fast, because everyone's been asking me this. They're like, "Yo, Rip, let's say this ends."
I know what the question this is. Yeah.
Do you go to Combo Breaker in end of May? How soon after this ends are you going to be comfortable going back to an event where there's 1,000 or 2,000, 10,000 people?
I think we still there still has to be some wiggle room or some pillow space before we start coming back around, right? Mm-hmm. And I know this week we received news that school's going to be out in California till the end of the year. So there is no school for all these
school year, right?
School year for the end of the school year.
Okay.
Which means to me, if this ends next month, I think there has to be some more space to it because we can't just start that back up, right?
This school year is end of June or sometime mid-June, sometime around there.
Sure.
And then not starting up until August or September, right? So it's just that seems to be the buffer right now, but we still don't know. We're still trying to figure it out day by day. It's been pretty crazy, man. And also, I gotta say, somebody asked me this in the chat. It's like, hey, man, hey, MYK, are people just really bad at social distancing? Because I'm just trying to walk my dog, and there's people on the street wanting to rub butt cheeks together on the sidewalk for some reason. I'm just like, yeah, dude, I gotta agree. There are definitely some green ranks at social distancing. I'm a fucking TGP at that shit. I see somebody coming in the sidewalk, I would jump for the bushes, man. Yeah. I'm out of there, man. Especially grocery stores and shit. Everybody is too close. Too close.
I've been trying not to go to grocery stores and nothing, right? But the one time I had to go, this guy was standing right behind me. I'm standing away from the person before me. This guy's right behind me. I'm like,
6 feet, dog.
Bro, come on, man. Come on. Have you not seen
what you should do if they're standing right behind you is you should bend down, stick your ass out a little bit. They might get closer. Yeah, he might get closer. You're right.
You gotta come prepared. You gotta bring gloves, mask, and do some makeup so that your eyes look really fucked up.
Oh shit!
Holy shit, dude! No way.
People will ignore you and
have a weird zombie walk or some shit.
Have a limp out of nowhere.
This guy just bit me outside.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. That would be a fucked up prank. Don't do
that shit, dude. Don't do that.
Don't fucking do it. There's some asshole out there on YouTube that's trying to fucking, do some dumb shit right now.
With that Run song.
Don't you even think about it.
Don't do it, guys.
Run.
Well, hopefully this shit gets cleared out sooner than later, but hopefully everybody stays safe out there in the meantime and get your ranks up to TGP on social distancing, please. Please. But all right, moving on. We got some more Tekken news coming out of the woodworks. We came out with a brand new character and the final stage and everything. All the DLCs for Season 3 are finally out. It is Lord Fahkumram. Fahkumram has been released, the Muay Thai kickboxer, right? So what do you guys think about him? I've been playing him a little bit. I've been having a lot of fun with him. But what are your impressions on that character?
I'll go last.
I'll go last.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
No, let me go first.
You go first since you haven't said it. Go.
Because I barely played the character, but he's hella fun. Everything feels nice to hit. I love his fucking dash punch. That shit looks dumb as hell. I
Which
love
one?
it.
The Balrog one.
The wall bounce.
The charge up
Love
punch.
that move.
That move is tight.
I mean, overall, he seems to be really well. I mean, I don't know about design wise. I guess because I like his design a lot. So for me, yeah, he's really well done. But can't really say anything bad about him. Can't really say anything good about him either.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
I think he's fun. I agree with Ricky. The character, it takes a lot for me to like feel like, okay, this character is kind of dumb or either fun. And I play dumb characters, but this character is actually really fun. And I think they did a good job with this design. He's unique. He's like, obviously the hitboxes are weird. That's going to take some time to get worked on. But the level of enjoyment is there. He has a lot of tools, but you kind of just need a few tools to play in the game right now, and anyone can do it. And it says for itself. Like there's so many players that are using this character, and I don't hear a lot of complaints about him just because it's not like Leroy. Leroy was the last like massive complaint, like inbox type of deal, and that's what it was. And I think Leroy is still like the better character, and he's definitely still good. But Fahkumram is definitely a really fun character.
Yeah. No, I think that for me, the character is pretty interesting, right? Because whenever Tekken releases a new character, especially with the last two, you don't really know what they're going to give you. Like, when we saw the reveals for these guys originally, we're like, okay, he's kind of like Bruce. He's got some Muay Thai stuff. When they showed Leroy originally, we're like, whoa, he's got parries and stuff, and they kind of took this approach to go back to real martial arts for their characters, right? Like, compare that to like Elisa and Lars in Tekken 6, right? It's just like totally different styles of characters, and one of them is like an anime style of fighting with like chainsaws and shooting missiles out their hands. The other one's like, oh, look, this is a real martial arts, and this is what Tekken used to be like. This approach reminds me a lot of like Tekken 3. When they had that, what's that intro when everyone's doing their martial arts stuff?
Oh yeah, the
Embu
tatas
or whatever
and shit,
intro.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
Laying
what
with
got me into
the
Tekken.
cups.
Oh yeah, his the last outro movie or whatever you got at the end. Yeah, that shit was tight.
Yeah, so I mean, I like that they went back to traditional martial arts, but even on top of that, like they always have been adding like this extra thing, right? Like so, Leroy had the cane, right? And from the trailers and the reveals, I thought Fahkumram was gonna have his like chest bump and have like
I thought so
angry
too.
scar or something,
Do you
right?
think that's
like,
something that's been abandoned?
Maybe, who knows, right? But like instead of that, like what we didn't expect to get, we got guard breaks out of the character, right? Like it's a totally new mechanic for the entire game now, right? I mean, like I assume they're gonna give other characters this down the line because it seems to be received fairly decently. I think I don't feel people aren't like responding the way of it's like, oh my god, it's the dumbest thing ever. I blocked at the wall and now I'm like wall splat.
Exactly.
It seems to be kind of accepted as like, oh, okay, you have to sidestep this, right? And I think it's kind of interesting that there are now things in Tekken where you have to sidestep. Like you have to. It forces you to use the mechanic in the game. I think that's a pretty cool addition. So yeah, I don't know. Like I think overall he's a pretty interesting character. His whole design with like switching the stances by hitting like the buttons, like you just hit like I don't want to say like 1, 2, 3, 4, but whatever it is, I think that it seems like when you read the notation, it doesn't seem right. But I think it's interesting, right? To me, it reminds me sort of like using Leo or something. It doesn't make any sense to relate those characters like that. But the thought process, like doing a combo with them, is kind of similar in my head. I'm like, what the hell do I have to do? He's like this kind of thing into that kind of thing. It's not straightforward, but it was more straightforward to do than I expected it to from reading just the move list, whatever. So I don't know. He's a very interesting character. He's unique. He stands out. He doesn't really play to me like a lot of other characters in the game. He's got his own set of strengths because of his size and all. So I think he's a good addition.
Yeah, I mean, he has the ugliest up forward 4. It's like it looks exactly like Ganryu's dumb.
That's
high.
It's up
Wait,
forward 4
Gary's
and
mid?
up forward 3.
Damn.
Flying deep. Flying deep.
Flying deep.
But yeah,
I mean, go ahead, Mike.
but just to kind of like go back on what you guys were talking about, like Rip saying, I like the approach to the season 3 characters. Other than Zafina, like everybody else has been more rooted in like traditional martial arts, like Ganryu with like sumo, and then you have Ip Man as Leroy, and then you have Fahkumram with like a Muay Thai, like Thai fighting style. So that's been really cool. But also like what Suiken has said earlier too, right? Where he said that I think the character has been a little bit more well received and not too much complaints about the character because the character didn't come out as crazy as Leroy did right off the top, right? Even with all the guard breaks and all that. So I think they did a really good job at having like a focus about the characters. Like, oh, we want this character to have this unique mechanic where you could like guard break after all these strings or certain things, right? And then it's like, I think they implemented that really well with the character. And overall, like what Ricky said, I think the character's hella fun.
What do you guys think about the throw?
It's cheap. It's hella cheap.
But is it cheap enough that you guys would want it to be removed?
No, I keep
No,
it.
just fix the frame break window on it. That's it.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Like,
Yeah.
what if you kept the frame break window on it?
Then
Ask yourself, how many characters in this game has that? Like that, was it 14 frames, right? Mm-hmm. How many characters, Mikey?
1.
It seems pretty good, but it's also unique, right? I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. That's all.
It seems like it's unique on an accident way, like how Steve had it infinite in Tekken 5. He was unique, but not intended.
I mean, I think like the circle of gameplay that we've seen with Fahkumram right now is they use that throw to force people to either break it or duck at the wall, things like that. It's part of his game plan, right? Like you do a running 3, you either got to throw him or he's going to duck or you got to hit him with a down 4, 2-3 type of deal, right? Or you don't have to do any of those. Those are kind of like the online play style is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's what the style is. I mean, like we haven't played them offline yet, right? And that's like what is being used a lot. And that's why the throw is so cheap because it's online too. It's so hard to break, right?
Yeah,
and,
that's what I was wondering too with the 14 frame break window. I was like, did they do this intentionally with like the thoughts of offline, not online? And I was like, maybe it's a little bit easier to break offline, right? Because I've only been trying to break it online. I've only got one out of like 20 so far. So yeah, it's pretty cheap, dude. It's definitely pretty cheap. It reminds me of like DJ's laser throw from Tekken 5, like that small of a window. Yeah,
I feel like I wouldn't mind the throw break window if it didn't wall splat. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's something like I agree. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
For me,
it's kind of fucked up.
Dude, it's like 80 damage easy.
Oh, it's huge, yeah. No, I was gonna say for me, I feel like that's one of my biggest complaints about Tekken 7 as a whole, right? Just the nerf to the throw system. Like I get it. Like, they're trying to cater to like new players, whatever. So like this to me is like, oh look, you have a throw. It's like it's refreshing.
I have a problem with the throw system in this game because it's just like it kind of felt lazy to me, where characters that had unique 1 throws, unique 2 throws, it's just like Jin, Hwoarang, Dragunov, like they automatically get a 3-way throw game because the other games they had those unique throws, and other characters like Tekken 7 fresh characters. I was looking at Fahkumram's side throws. Remember when side throws had unique and cool animations? Like Yoshimitsu and Hwoarang in Tekken 3 and all that shit. The side kick to the snap the neck from Hwoarang. I was like, that shit is tight. Fahkumram's side throws are exactly the same as his forward throws. They just do side throw damage.
You're telling this to an Akuma player who has the same throws no matter where they are.
Same thing with Eliza too. Side throws. It'll look like a regular throw.
They're getting lazier with the throws, man. I'm like,
that sucks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that they could probably add down the line, maybe. But it definitely sucks that it's not in the game now, especially because one of side throws is so like
unique.
Yeah,
rare
so
too.
Unique. Yeah. It's like even to the games, right? Like there's some side throws that like you'll never see again. Like when Jack 2 from Tag 1.
Oh shit!
Where he rips you like an accordion.
Dude, the first time I saw that, I was scared, dude. I was like, "Fuck, they're dead. They're fucking dead."
Yeah, I mean, so I miss those, man. But at least his back though looks cool.
Yeah, he holds him up from the back of the head. Just tight. Like Sub-Zero and shit. Like his fatality.
Picks up super high, and especially if it's like a bear or something, the bear's legs are still on the floor. He's all tippy-toey.
Yeah, he's very interesting character. I that is one of the changes that I was hoping to see, but I don't think they're ever going to revert throws back, at least anytime soon. But along with Fahkumram, we also have a new patch, 3.30. Is it Ra or Ram? I don't know. I've been hearing.
I can see you trying to say it like the way that book's at it.
Yeah.
You're slowing
right? Just no M. The M is silent. That's what I've been saying.
Say it how you got to say, man.
Yeah, say it how it is. Frank, it is.
Frank.
I don't like Frank either. But
Frank is pretty funny.
along with Frank, we also had patch 3.30. Oh, when they first dropped this patch, it was actually all in Wingdings, and I think the community kind of started like, what the fuck is going on at Namco? Wingdings?
Let me tell you how many people I trolled. Like, I kept saying, what do you mean you can't understand this? I see it perfectly clear, right? And everyone kept on link me the full one. I did link you the full one. It's the same one. Everyone sees it. But everyone kept saying, how do you guys understand this? I said plain English, man. What are you talking about?
Plain English.
And it was like just super frustrating everybody. I was frustrated, but I took it out on everybody else. It was pretty funny, but that was pretty fucked up.
I mean, if you paid attention just enough to the wing things, you would have known that a full block. It was like those old puzzles, right? Where you had to decipher it. I was able to decipher how an electric, and because I saw Kazuya's, right, and I was like, all right, there's 5 things there, and then there's quotations. I was like, that's an electric.
Wow.
And then you saw for Devil in Heihachi too.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I got that, and then I stopped caring. But I tried to at least understand what an electric was in that crazy ass language.
Yeah,
that language was in boxes, dude.
Wingdings, man.
Dude, I know the Wingdings are crazy, but a lot of things that came with this patch were a little questionable. I think the community kind of got into an uproar about 2 big changes.
Pitchforks and torches.
One was Electric Wing Godfist, and another one was for the same type of characters for their Hell Sweeps. So now their Hell Sweeps have increased tracking, and their electrics recover 3 frames faster. And I think people, kind of got crazy about it.
Yeah, so earlier when the patch originally got released, the first person that I saw that found a significant update was Lowhigh. And Lowhigh put out a tweet with a video of him trying to, whiff punish with Shaheen an electric. And he was having a hard time doing it. And that kind of just picked up real quick because everyone was like, well, I mean,
if Lowhigh can't do it,
if Lowhigh can't do it, I can't do it. And then also follow suit, I think it was Miro that put out the jab hell sweep video, right? And everyone just lost their shit. Literally lost their shit. And one person happened to come out, he works for Namco, put out a tweet, and that kind of forced a lot of people to lose their shit.
Wow.
And I'll let Rip take it over from here.
Understandably.
Yeah, I mean, I have the tweet on screen right here. I'll read it out for you guys. This is from our Lord and Savior, Michael Murray.
Why did you say it like that?
Because
this is where it all started, man. This is where it all started. Why would you want to sidewalk if you can block and launch ... if you know it is coming like all other moves ...
There's a lot of other moves, It's hard.
So for a lot of people, this was perceived as unknowledgeable player. Like they received it as this person is not a competitor for them to make such a statement, right? But I think Rip made a statement clarifying how he saw it. And I really
what
like.
did I say? I really don't even know what I said. What did I say?
It's how Suiken likes to.
That's why I'm real scared right now. Yeah, you better not let me over here.
No, you. I mean, obviously, you said Michael Murray knows about the game. He's played it before, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people read it differently than a lot of other people, right? Like, but at the same time, the shitstorm had already been lit, right? And from there, that tweet was taken and moved everywhere else, right? And everyone started retweeting it and moving it forward. It was on Reddit. It just kept going. And it didn't help that Michael Murray started to really get into a lot of people's faces about it, right?
Yeah.
And that is what made it even more worse. And it's like, no, dog, don't say anything else. And he was like, nah, I got some shit to say, and shit hit the fan after that.
Yeah.
And
before we get into the Michael Murray thing a little bit further, I think a lot of the problems that people had with the patch was that everybody was hoping for all these miraculous changes for their characters. Eliza down 3, clean hit range, Gigas buffs, make his booty bigger, all this stuff. A lot of that shit did not happen, right? It was honestly only 19 characters that were changed. 17 out of 19 of those all got only buffs, right? Even though a lot of them were like
minor. Very
who
minor.
the fuck cares, right? Nothing really even changed almost, right? Eddie up back 1, that had to be looked at apparently, right? We've all been pretty vocal about the changes, and it's just like, what is the balance team doing? What are they going on? And I think it all really started from Leroy, right? Ever since Leroy, it's been like, you know, we finally had our first doubt with the Tekken balance team. It's like, they don't know how to make their characters anymore, right? Blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, we got a little glimmer of hope. Fahkumram's not as broken when he came out, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, bro, Mishima Star, the balancing guy,
I think season 2, and this is just my opinion, I think it started really early in season 2 because before Leroy, we had issues with Akuma. And it wasn't an Akuma, it's Geese. And that's where it started getting from, right? People are saying, why are these characters like this? Yada, yada, yada. Namco should change it. We don't like this, right? And we had, for a good couple of months, and Ricky knows this, the Akuma hate, right? It was there. Oh shit, he's got 2 bards, 2 stick of butters. What is he gonna do with it? Ricky, oh no, you know, combo breaker, these on the ropes kind of shit, right? And then like everyone just kept going on and on about it. Then Leroy gets released. All of a sudden, no one's not really talking about Akuma anymore. They're talking about, why is Leroy like this? Why is he like horribly good? Why is he so broken? What's going on? And that's when, like Mike MYK said, what is the balancing team doing? Are they on lunch break? Did they let the 5-year-old balance this character? Like, what's going on?
There's a lot of things, right? Like the hashtags. They asked us for community feedback, hashtags, this and that. And even going back to that time you were talking about in season 2, a lot of the balance changes seem very like knee-jerk reactions, like, oh, this character won a tournament, let's nerf him. Panda won a world tournament, let's fucking nerf him. It was like, like why?
25% for Akuma
right before the finals. Like, what the fuck?
Right before the finals, right?
What the fuck? Okay.
And then the big part that drew a lot of people's attention was that one video that Nee put out about him wanting to not want to play anymore because this character. Leroy. And when a top player as of Nee, there's no argument. He is considered one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, especially if you've been around. He's been like the guy from like Tekken 5 till now that everybody's been looking up to, like everywhere in the world, right? Yeah.
And he put out a video. It's been circulated. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. But you know, he gets emotional about it, and this is not something you see about Nee, right? Like he loves the game. He loves it so much. But seeing him, like, because he's our friend too. He's come to SoCal so many times,
right? Yeah, we're cool.
And he's stayed with us. We went through tournaments together. But seeing someone kind of like OG, he's our OG, kind of break down, kind of sends a different vibe. And, you know, it makes, like, in my opinion, the hairs on my neck stand up because you don't see shit like that, right?
Yeah, I think this is definitely, like, the most drama we've ever had in the community.
There you
go. Right? I mean, before we've been on this, like, this rise for a long time. And then now we're just like, okay, everyone's mad about balancing, blah, blah, blah. You know, nobody's happy.
Pitchforks and get them, you know.
It's like, how that's the hard part, right? It's balance. And I'm not talking about in the term of game balance. I'm talking about, like, how much do they take in? How much do they not do? You know, it's like, what do you guys think about that? Like, the whole, like, where is Tekken right now? I feel like the drama has definitely brought a lot of negativity out into the public, right? I'm kind of seeing us, like, going down the NRS path, right? I'm just like, whew. Like,
I mean, I don't see us doing that. I think our community is very, very good at it. I think it's people that circulate misinformation is what, like, need to shut the fuck up about, right?
I don't know if it's misinformation, but I'll just say this. You know, you say we're going on the path to the NRS scene. I made a tweet today, which I didn't expect to get a bajillion replies to. It was just like, to me, I mean, maybe I should have. I don't know.
You are the quarterback right now of this shit, dude. Like,
how am I a quarterback of this?
No, I mean, like, the opinion.
I've
like,
just been frustrated with everybody.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're frustrated because we're all frustrated. That's the bottom line.
not frustrated.
Okay, I know Rickstah.
Yeah, Ricky's chilling. Yeah,
Ricky, when are we booting up
There's a reason why
Warzone?
Rickstah hasn't been here.
Ricky's just
Bro, I'm
chilling.
gonna tell you guys like this as an outsider, right? Because I'm really an outsider in all this. Because
You're a shill, bro. Come on.
Yeah, chill up.
I saw, Speed Kicks made like some unlisted YouTube video. I didn't watch it, and and it's just like, it's cool that people care about the game enough to have their opinions about it and want to see so many things change about it. But at a certain point, it's like, shut the fuck up and let them do their job. Because just because you're some asshole that plays Lee, right, and like you want to see all these Lee changes, and then you go up to Michael Murray and then you tell him he's not listening to you because you never give a fuck about your opinion. You're a Lee player. It's like, that's how it goes, man. It's just let the people work on the game, and if it like the things that they're gonna try to fix, hopefully would be like things that should be fixed, right? And if I guess I feel like the biggest issue is that people want transparency, and I guess that's true, right? I guess we would like to see some transparency. Why did they change this? Why didn't they? But until I mean, first of all, that's already hard enough to do when you have translation issues like this.
Right, yeah.
They posted patch notes and fucking wingdings, and you want them to give us explanation of why?
What they need to do is Google Translate first, that shit. And you know what made it hard? Oh, I got something. That they released that in a file, not a copy paste type of deal. So you couldn't take it, copy paste it, and translate to fix it, right? And that was fucked up, dude. That was fucked up.
Look. So
Okay, go.
There's so many things to talk about here, right? It's a crazy big topic. Earlier though, I saw Mike say like, I don't know the last time we've seen so much drama in the scene, and then Rickstah was like smiling his ass off in the corner. What were you smiling so much about when he was talking about the drama in the scene?
It's because I feel like it's only drama because there's nothing happening, right? There's no tournaments really. It's like so people don't have anything to talk about. So you have to just kind of talk about these things that occupy spaces that other, that like a tournament would be in, or an actual weekly or something, right? So I feel like now people take such small things, and normally I feel like maybe like 2 or 3 months ago you would see some of these things and be like, whatever, he doesn't know what he's talking about, move on, right? But it's like now people have nothing else better to do, so they see it and they think, I could tweet about this. And then they tweet, and then it's like they hit send, and then it's like I read it, and I'm like, why did you tweet about that? And then now, because I'm like, I look at it and I think to myself, you're not gonna have a fun time, right? And that's how it goes, right? And it's just like,
I think that whole thing we mentioned about earlier about the whole kind of being enabled, right? Like a lot of the players now in this current game has been enabled by Namco because of that whole fix this kind of thing, send out the tweet kind of stuff, kind of gave everyone kind of like a enabling factor that says, well, I mean, I think Lily needs a 4-3 counter hit tracking launcher. I think, I think so.
This is a topic that was kind of brought up in the last Boomcast, right? I wasn't on the last one, but like we were saying, like what Rip and I were talking about too, it's like how NRS kind of opened the floodgates by saying, hey, you have an issue with anything? Just hit us up. We'll change it. It's just
I don't think they said it like that.
I don't think they said it like that.
They never said. That's the difference here, right?
But then they kind of nurtured that kind of like,
they nurtured because they responded to what people were asking for.
Exactly. But is that always the good idea, right idea? Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go the NRS path, I mean, it's essentially what's happened here now with Tekken, and it's what's happening. So for those of you guys who don't know, Mortal Kombat 9 came out hugely imbalanced, but fun imbalanced, right? And then people would complain about this and that, like on Twitter and shit, like going crazy. So then the patch would come out and like fix those things, and then the community would respond and be like, "Yo, man, how could you not fix this thing?" Blah 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 blah. Another patch next week, we fix that thing too. You guys fixed this and that, but you didn't fix this, blah, 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 blah. Next week, that patch too. You know what I mean? Like, they're just constantly responding to the feedback from the players, and like, you're just constantly changing the game. And now with Tekken, you have this instance where Michael Murray and the team were like, hey man, if you guys really want us to look at your thoughts, whatever, put it in an organized place or whatever, so we could like find all that information in one place and blah, blah, blah. So by doing that, they've essentially said, hey everybody, you guys tell us what to do.
You guys all have a voice.
Your opinions matter.
Everybody's voice matters.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if they ever actually planned to do that shit or not, but when I saw that shit, I was like, I'm not posting shit. like they're not gonna do it. Like, to me, it's pretty obvious. Like, should I really go in there and post that Law needs a better law out of DSS? You know, I'm like, I think he does, but I'm not gonna post it. You know, because I think it's so bizarre to like try to even control the game in that sense from a fan perspective.
Well,
like they've done.
Well, so the thing is that the whole idea of that entire hashtag thing or whatever, right, was so people could actually report bugs, not necessarily like their thoughts and
Buffs or
opinions
fixes,
on,
right?
Yeah, like no one gives a shit about whether you think butterfly wings should be back in Tekken 7. Shut the fuck up, all right? But it's like so they have to filter through all these shitty ones to find the one video that's actually like, oh shit, we got to fix that thing. And so then they probably just take it and then they put it in their back pocket and then they'll fix it later. But it's like, people don't understand that it's not necessarily about like those balances. And players should never be balancing ever. Like that's
too much bias.
You're too close to
Agree.
Yeah.
Way
But
too
here's
much
the-
bias.
the ideal fighting game player is to be an asshole. That's the end goal. You're doing things because your opponent doesn't like it. You want to do things to fuck your opponent up. And a pro player's job is to do things that fuck their opponent up. What the fuck do you think they're gonna do when they see patch notes and they can have like rational thoughts about it? They're gonna be like, all right, look, this is too good because I'd get fucked up by that, so they got enough of that shit by now.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's gonna go.
Yeah, it's like let them handle it for themselves, and then you play the finished product. And if you don't like it, well, you know what? Then you got to either wait for the next one or adapt.
I mean, we mentioned earlier, we're old school arcade guys, right? That shit never really happened. Like patches don't ever come out unless there's a new version that is installed in the game.
You would have to
arcade,
wait
right?
like 2-3 years for the next version if they've been updated.
And we're doing great now. Tekken 7 is season 3. There's so much going on now, and honestly, I felt like that hashtag thing was like I just want you to feel special. You guys can go ahead and write some shit. We're not really going to look at it because we're going to look at online data from like something else, right? That's how it felt like to me. Like, it felt like everyone's complaining. Yeah, you can do your part. Yeah. Put on some hashtag and we'll listen to you. And really, we'll do something else. Like, I mean, that's what it felt like.
That was part of the series of like Michael Murray's first tweet, and then that came after, and then it was just all like, right?
Too much transparency.
Yeah, a little too much. I miss Harada sometimes. Just be like, shut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
that was my
right.
thing, dude. And like I've talked. Oh man, like basically, it's like with Harada, we went from don't ask me for shit, and then Michael Murray comes. He's like, give me your thoughts in an organized place on the internet. What happened to don't ask me for shit? Can we go back? Don't ask me for shit. Because now here's the other thing, right? Everyone, he said, like, give me organized thoughts. Everyone comes and puts all their organized thoughts together. The patch finally comes out, and it's like, what the fuck? You only touched 19 characters. There's 49 characters in the game. Why don't you rebalance the whole game for us? We gave you every possible change we wanted. What the hell? Like, how could they have possibly even done that? Like, people want this patch that was going to actually change the entire game and rebalance it in a way.
They wanted
that's
season
like
4 right now. Yeah.
Right, to like a Tekken 8 or something like. But why would you, if you have a game that's doing well, rebalance it to that extent? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't you take incremental approaches? Like, why just go like, all right, here's what everyone on the internet thinks. Let's throw all that shit into our game that's doing well already.
And it's not like there's a major happening next month. It's like, dude, it's also not like they said this is the final patch ever for Tekken 7. So
people respond that way all the time. Like, they're like, and when I've talked to people about this, the response is like, yeah, man, but look, it's about like the direction the game is going. Look at this patch to this patch to this patch. They clearly don't know what they're doing.
Why do you say that like Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah. He did kind of the ball.
that's pretty
The best
good.
part is, I don't even watch Seinfeld.
It was so good.
I know it was. And I watched it getting
getting
coffee with
catch on till I
Yeah,
heard
that was
it.
good. That was good.
Right.
That was on point.
It's true though. It's true.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. I don't think they should 100% listen to everybody's complaints and wishes and blah blah blah, because then you're gonna have like Eliza's down 3 clean hitting at the tip, you know, like nobody wants that, right?
Right. And
I mean,
a
it
lot-
doesn't hit clean, just letting you know. It does not hit clean at all.
And
right?
here's
That's
the
good.
here's the other thing I keep seeing too, man. Like people, like they're like, you know, this character has a really solid jab range, whatever. Why doesn't my character have a solid jab range? You know, like that sort of thing. And I'm like, dude, you can't homogenize the cast that much, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I feel like I had this problem where I would look at the cast and go like, he's got to throw his 14 frame home moves a launcher on counter. Why isn't mine a counter launcher? You know?
Yeah,
and I would try to like think about the game in that sense, but that's where you get the variety in characters. Otherwise, you just have the same character in different skins.
With
you know?
everybody having the exact same tool is mad boring
Yeah.
at that point. Yeah, exactly.
You know, I think that's what the majority of like the newer player-ish are going through, what you're going through, what we all went through, right? Like going through this whole franchise, right? Like Lei has been unique. I agree. He's still fun to me. Law's so good. Ganryu's fun as fuck, and Mike still plays Steve. No matter what, right? We still enjoy our characters. Its flaws in entirety, right? And right now, everyone that is listening to stupid ass motherfuckers that think they know what they're talking about is kind of like the whole problem. Like people say, this game is trash. Really? This game is trash? 3 seasons? Top of the charts? You know, they got so many memorable moments. Tekken is amazing right now.
There's a lot of stuff to that. It's just like, is that the cool thing to say? Is that why everybody's saying it? It's like, oh, you know, I don't like this game because it's not like this previous Tekken. You know, it's just like nobody's stopping you from the previous Tekkens. If you don't like something, why do you keep doing something you don't like? Like where does it stop? You know, and I'm also kind of like, I understand both sides.
You can see. Wait,
I saw Wade come in the chat.
What do you say?
okay, Wade, I give it up. That was funny.
Damn. I mean, it's fine to like your games, right? Nobody's stopping you from liking what you like, but like some people like seem to be getting upset, like, oh, why would you like this current version of blah blah blah? It's like, but also at the same time, I want them to address like, why did they have the hashtag stuff? Because I put a shit ton of stuff with that hashtag for actual bug fixes.
They're never gonna address that.
Yeah,
Mike.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's just like that's not where their focus is on. It's like as much as I would like for it to be fixed, stuff like full crouch input bug being a thing, or sometimes when you break a breakable wall, the inputs get reversed for no goddamn reason. Online matchmaking being worse, and since like with every patch, online matchmaking being worse and stuff. Like these are like the real issues, right? Not like character balance. I want a homing hell sweep for every character. I want my character to have a back one like Steve. I want like there's other issues with the game that I have that I want them to fix, but I don't know. Like, and also the approach to it too. Complain, whine. It'll get them to do the job, right? It's like I don't think that's the right approach either, right?
There's so many things to what you just said there at the end too. It's just I feel like we're weird. I don't want to say it's an impasse, but it's definitely a goddamn problem, you know, because you've had Michael Murray, the guy you could have been able to talk to. Now you've chased him off of Twitter, you know, so now who are you going to whine and complain to, you know? And
I think it's a great idea he's off now. Not because I respect Michael, but I know he's made some choice decision on his own. But now that you were saying, Mike is gone, where are these guys going to complain to, right?
Rip.
that's actually what's happening. You know, people are so dumb. Can I just okay? Look, first of all, Ricky's 100% right. People have been replying to me as if I am Michael Murray. I do not work for Bandit Echo. I have never ever been an employee of Bandit Echo. People are out here calling me shills. What am I shilling for? There's no TWT for me to have a job.
I ain't getting paid shit.
About?
Yeah, we ain't getting nothing.
You know
You
what
guys
I was
heard it
saying?
here.
When I was saying people shouldn't be tweeting stuff like this.
I know you were talking about me. I'd have to like ask you about it.
I know. I saw one tweet and I was like, "Oh man, you."
Wait, tell me, what was it?
I don't even remember anymore. I just remember seeing it and thinking, "You're not gonna have fun. You don't want to have fun right now."
Dude, you know what the best thing is? Like, first of all, I don't really use Twitter much anymore. You guys know this. Like, I just kind of post like the, you know, morning bread and butter, LUIG Labs, whatever, right? But, you know, BOOMcast is on. But for the most part, I don't try to interact with people, like actually interact with people. But this past week, man, I was like, I can't see this shit anymore, man. Like, it's fucking crazy. And one more thing, separately, slightly off topic, you know, just to clear up this instance of what happened here. Flying Wonky made a tweet about Michael Murray leaving Twitter, essentially, right? That was not what the article was really about. Okay, I read the article. Okay, I saw the tweet. I was like, what kind of bullshit? Like, this is just gonna push people towards attacking Michael Murray. That's what I thought right from the beginning, right? And like, people are doing it anyway. You don't have to like fucking push the whole community to do that. Yeah. Now, on top of that, so I just said like, the place, like I forgot my tweet. It was something like, it would probably be a more optimistic place if Wonky wasn't in it, And like, but like, I don't even think I said like in it, whatever it was. I missed 2 words, right? But at the end of that sentence. But people took it as like, Rip wants Wonky out of the community, whatever, right? But even crazy than that, I made that tweet, right? But I thought the article was gonna stay up, all right? But instead what happened was, Eris took the article down like within like 5 minutes or something. So then everyone's saying, Rip censored Wonky. I'm like, I didn't even fucking delete the article. I didn't know the article was going to get deleted. I just made a tweet that Wonky wasn't being very optimistic about this. He's kind of pushing people down this pessimistic path. Like, look at all the bad stuff that's happening in Tekken. Now look at what's the good stuff right now. And that's all I meant by my tweet. And instead it's like, Rip is censoring Wonky. And I was like, bro, I didn't even delete the fucking article. But that's what everyone thinks now because it went down so fast.
That's the thing, man. Everybody just wants to take their anger out on somebody. And then you just made yourself a target in that scenario, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wonky tweeted afterwards, right? And he was like, I agree with the decision to take it down.
Yeah, I saw that
too.
Yeah, it's like he admitted to his own mistakes, but
Yeah, the headline itself was very like TMZ-ish. I want to say
that's what he said about it himself, too, basically.
Yeah.
Like he said it was tabloidish or something.
Yeah, because I read.
Hold on, one more thing. Like Wonky, like I do appreciate all the stuff that he's done for the community over the years. Like that's what I'm talking about. But there have been a couple instances like when things are going bad in the community where Wonky kind of like stays fixated on that. And I feel like a lot of people look at that and they're like, yeah, man, fuck Tekken, you know? And I think that
energy for Tekken.
It just kind of spreads that way, And
here come the clicks, boys.
Wow. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like he's in a position of influence now, like because he posts on like avoidingthepuddle.com. So like it's built itself up, so you can't like ignore it, right? So yeah, I mean, like separate from when things are bad though, like it's always great. So I always have appreciated Wonky. I've always followed Wonky and shit. Like I don't know, like everyone seems to think that I hate Wonky. Like I have this huge vendetta against Wonky or something. But, like I literally just called out the one article of his. You know what I mean? Like everything else he does, I don't have to call out because it's fine. You know what I mean?
But
like,
you don't have a right to opinion online.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're all learning. It's all good. That's the thing, man. It was just like all that stuff was happening or popping off, and then like everything just got redirected and blah 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 and stuff. So
and there's so many different issues. Like there's the issue with what people think about how Namco is communicating to them. With like the patch notes and like how they want explanations of why they're doing what they're doing, whatever. And then there's the issue of like what Michael Murray actually said about the Hell Sweeps and like the Cockroach Motel, whatever, Cockroach Motel. I don't know why I said
I totally forgot about that comment too.
Right? Like so like there's that shit like the people are upset about.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with those types of things.
Of course not, right? Like who the fuck does?
Why would he say that?
Then there's the actual game. Like what is the actual game currently at? And it seems to me, and this is why I tweeted last night, that nobody cares what the game actually is. All people care about is what the game should have been, could have been, how they were communicated to, but they don't care
about
what game it is to actually play. Yeah. Like if the game literally didn't change, and Michael Murray says, if they put in one change, it was just the Hell Sweep one, right? And then Michael Murray said that shit, people go like, this game's going the wrong direction, this game sucks, this game is trash. I'm like, they changed one thing. You know what I mean? Like they're not looking at the amount of stuff that's actually changed. The game to play is still fun, but like nobody cares. Everyone's like, I don't care if it's fun. Boo! I'm like, what the hell?
I think everybody
just bothers me.
Yeah, I think everybody just wants them to like Namco, like, hey, here you are, guys. I'm gonna hold your guys' hand. I'm gonna give you everything you want. Giga's top 3 in the game. Is that what you guys want? Like, it's not realistic.
We're giving too much power to these 0-2ers.
Yeah.
I think that's. I don't want to make it sound like mean or anything, but right now, everyone has their goddamn opinion, like Hell Sweeps tracking, electrics, yada yada. Dude, the game is fun.
Never stepped a Hell Sweep in their life.
Dude, seriously, you're not even stepping Fahkumram strings right now, dog. Anywhere, But like since season 1, the game we knew it was going to take off because it was so fun to watch, right? And then season 2 and season 3, we're obviously on the right track, and Namco's been doing a good job moving forward with this, right? We got OG characters coming back. We got unique characters coming in, right? So the game is advancing forward, right? It's not advancing the way some people see it should advance. And then those people are taking it out on Rip. Taking it out on
I mean, they gotta take out someone. I put myself in the crosshair. That was my bad. I'll tell you guys this. This is an interesting thing. So the best criticism I got from anybody about like the direction of the game, because I feel like there's a shitload of people out there who just parrot the same information they've heard from someone else. They're like
without thinking for themselves, right?
Right. And so this is so common now, right? But one of the things, like I keep on saying like, you complain about the direction of the game, and I say like there was 19 people changed this patch. There were buffs to these characters, nerfs to Akuma and Geese. You know what I mean? And that's the direction you don't like buffing some of the weaker characters and nerfing some of the stronger characters. And then they don't reply to me. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then finally, Shardell replied to me, and he said, like, look, man, like, two of the things here are, like, that they're favoring more 50-50s and less defensive options, right? And that's the direction that he doesn't like. I was like, thankfully, somebody who can actually explain their fucking thought of just, like, not just repeating what everyone else is saying, So I appreciated that. But then when I look at that, I'm still thinking, like, this is for like Anna and Kazuya, I think primarily what we were thinking about in that situation. And it's like maybe those characters are designed to be more 50-50 heavy, and they want those characters to be like that. We don't know because they didn't give us the whys, right? But like, is that even so bad that two characters are like more in the 50-50 direction versus like the other 47? Like I don't even know if that's a big deal. But I do appreciate him actually being able to explain why he thinks the patches are going in a bad direction for what he wants from the game.
That's why you argue with the people that actually have some sort of substance to it. There's a lot of times where you could just argue with the wall and you'd have more fun.
There's a lot of walls out there.
No, they're worse than walls. Worse than walls? Yeah, walls have structure. They hold things up.
They have structure.
They actually do stuff. That's
a great point.
These guys have no structure.
Killers hold walls up too,
That's pretty good. At least walls have structure.
Ricky, no!
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been, wow. This has been the meat and potatoes of this episode. I mean, it's been kind of like the big topic, right? I mean, everybody's kind of in an uproar. I mean, I want a lot of changes too. I mostly want the bug changes and stuff like that. I don't agree with Hell Sweep tracking and whatnot, but it's like, hey, maybe they want to see more Mishimas in tournament play. We don't know yet. There's no fucking tournaments going on right now. What's the big hype? And it's like, it's not the final patch either. So it's like,
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Everyone always treats these patches now like it's over. Yeah. That's it. That's the patch we got.
That's the
and
last
now the game's
one.
never going to change again. We got to play with this for the rest of Tekken 7? Fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? The game is constantly changing. And people... wow,
what the fuck?
There's been...
Hey, someone clip that shit.
Don't clip that. Look, the game has had like 3 patches. 3 patches in 3 months.
It's
true. 3 patches in 3 months.
I think that's the most, right? In the shortest time frame for this game so far?
Of course. It's way too much. Mm-hmm. And earlier, Mike, you were saying like this is like the NRS scene or whatever. My tweet last night, the funniest thing out of the whole goddamn thing to me was that Mr. Aquaman retweeted.
I saw that.
I'm not sure if he's talking about MK or Tekken, so I'm just going to retweet it.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Tweety replied and said the same thing, that he was retweeting liking it because he wasn't sure if he was talking about MK or Tekken. I was like, yeah, you guys are headed right down the path of the NRS community. And like, I can see that coming. I can see it heading there. And like, I feel like the tech community doesn't see it, which is kind of sad. But if you ask, I think a lot of people who've played a lot of games and been in a lot of different FGC scenes, which is the FGC scene that you don't want to be in or don't want to be like? It's probably the NRS scene.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a experience, story time with MYK.
Ricky, what is that
story
face?
Time.
I don't know. I just thought about how much money Sonic Fox has made off of it.
He's doing it right. He is doing it right. But this is something I realized when people said the dark ages of fighting games, right? Because it was in between Street Fighter 3 to Street Fighter 4, before Street Fighter 4 even came out, right? There's no main Capcom game, right? We're still playing the same Marvel 2 for 10, 15 years. We're still playing Street Fighter 3 for the last 10 years. We're tired of it, right? This is the dark ages of fighting. This is when Suiken and I were born into the FGC, right? We're born into it. And then it's just like, I lost my train of thought.
I don't like this love story you're going with right now.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. But when Street Fighter 4 came out, right? When Street Fighter 4 came out, we had a huge boom of players, new and old school players coming back with the nostalgic characters. Blanca's in the game, all that shit, right? I remember during this time, when I was still going to the arcades and shit, there were Street Fighter players that would just shit on Tekken for no fucking reason, right? There's like, that game is trash, blah, blah, blah. Why would you play that? It's not the most fucking popular game, blah, 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 right? And I'm just like, what the fuck you mean, man? I'm still beating you in this game. Why you gotta trash on my game for no goddamn reason? And then it hit me. I was just like, the bigger the community is, the more shitheads there's gonna be. It's just natural fucking habitat, right? It's just fucking the ecosystem of any game, right? But it's just like, I think now we finally reached that point in Tekken, which we never thought we would, right? But it's just like, Are we being a little too much about this? Are we being a little too much like crybabies over everything, about everything? And it's just like, it's all bad. Everything's terrible. Oh my God, the world's in a terrible place. And Tekken 7 3.0. Yeah, like, God.
3.3.
Yeah, 3.3. It's just like, I feel like everything's kind of just like clashing with it together, you know?
What's that face, Rick?
Rick's
Like I said, I'm the outsider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to hear that. That's what I want to hear, though.
Yeah, go.
You're the one who's never around right now, right? So like,
I know.
we've been all in
It's,
it.
like because I get opportunities to lurk, so I spend my time wisely, and I spend it wisely by not reading dumb shit. And so actually, like, you know, a lot of the things you guys are saying about complaints and things like that, like I saw a few of them, and then I looked at who sent them, and I'm like, well, they don't ever have good opinions, so I move on, right? And then it's just like kind of how it goes. And I see a lot more people actually happy about the game. They actually seem like they enjoy the game, but you know, they're also smart enough to know that no one wants to hear about their shitty complaints, right? So it's like I think people understand that the game is going in a certain direction, and it's either they're gonna like it or they're not. And right now, it just seems to me it's like I think we're hyping up words from like a very, very small and annoying and loud and persistent community. Annoying and loud and annoying.
Persistent. Yeah.
It's
But
like,
the thing is, like, if you leave, I feel like if you leave those like voices unchecked, then that just spreads through the community, though. Like I said about the people parroting stuff. Like, I feel like that's what happens, though. That was the whole reason I started tweeting. Because I was like, nobody's talking about the other side of this shit. Like, you're just gonna let these guys fucking make Tekken 7 seem like trash to everyone else. Like, and then everyone else is just gonna start parroting that shit everywhere. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, the game itself that I still play, you know, all caps play. It hasn't.
How dare
really
you like
changed
this
much.
game, Rip? How dare you?
I mean, like,
it seems very similar.
when,
the game I
when
played
you know
before.
the game and you're not listening to shitheads talk, right? These shitheads are gonna find other shitheads that will listen to them, right?
Of course.
And that's how it's gonna roll downhill. I mean, like, and I'm really glad we're doing this boomcast about it, because now we're putting our voices out there. I know you've been vocal about it, right? And putting it out there is the right thing to do, because we got to turn it around as a community, right? Like, we can't let like people just go about and say shit like that doesn't make sense. Like, this game is bad, really? When was it bad? When was this game trash? Season 1, 2, 3? When? Like, tell us. You know?
Right.
I feel like everybody's answer to that is just going to be like, "Oh, it was the Leroy patch when he dropped." Like, everyone's just
and then but
regurgitating
Leroy was like normalized, you know, like he's still good, obviously, but he's not like a problem. Like, he was actually a problem before.
He's manageable.
Like, yeah, he's still good, right?
Yeah,
but he was ridiculous before, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you know, people want what they want.
and the thing
There's
is that
just
I
only
don't,
so
like,
much.
Yeah, and it's fine to complain, especially because the fact that people complain about a game means that there's an end goal.
They
right?
care,
they
too.
They like the game. They care,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Some care, some want
that's the
something
thing.
else.
You have to, and then
That's
you have to figure out like who's actually genuine about it and who's just, you know, confirmation bias type of shit, where it's like, oh, this guy finally said what I've been saying for so long, although my voice is always, you know, no one gives a shit about. So now that he said it, I'm right, you know, and then they jump on that, and it's like,
Yeah, there's a lot of truth
Calm
here.
down.
Like, a lot of truth to what Ricky just said, a lot of truth to what Suiken just said. It's just like, there's two sides to it, but it's just also like, why are we just attacking each other? How dare you like this game? It's not the game that I grew up with. It's not my Tekken.
And, you know,
it's just
well,
like-
one more thing, because a lot of people were hitting me with this shit too. People are like, why are you trying to silence the community for their valid criticism? I'm like, I'm not. You know, like, there's a difference to me between criticism and like toxicity. You know what I mean? Like saying like, man, I really like what Shardell said to me. Like those are criticism. You know, I don't like the 50-50 direction of the patches. You know, I'm like valid criticism. You know, like game is trash. That's toxicity. You know, there's a difference between the two, you know, and that's what I'm complaining about. Like the people who are on the toxicity side are the one I'm complaining about. The guys who have criticism, like, dude, everyone has criticism about like a shitload of things in Tekken. Like, I understand that.
I have
criticism about shit.
I have a shit ton, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but like people like, you know, I say that and people like, damn, you're not gonna let people complain about the game. Motherfucker, that's not what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, and like Twitter's like that for me, so I understand, you know. People don't fucking read past the first post, you know. I get it.
Oh man, there's a funny one where all right, sidetrack. You know Max Holloway, the UFC fighter? Right? So he posted a Twitter post, right? But it linked to his Instagram because his Instagram post was fucking giant, right?
Okay.
And so like the first half of the post was like how he was like talking about how like, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna go out and, you know, fight people and all this shit. It's like, you know, obviously during the Corona thing. So it's like so people saw that and then like half of the replies were just like shitting on him, right?
Yeah.
And the other half was like, dear God, I hope people just click the link. Because everything that he said afterward was like, yeah, we're, you know, stay home, fight together, all this kind of shit, right? And I was like, but the first half, his Twitter post looks so bad. And I looked at it and I was like, there's more to that. But how many people did not read that? I didn't even
The majority, dude.
You had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Reading? Nah.
I saw it. I instantly clicked replies. I just want to see all of them. Like, it's like 50-50. So at least there's half of the people out there clicking links, and then the other half don't click shit.
And you know, I should mention just because I mentioned my own tweet, right, like from last night, whatever, with the Steam chart, whatever, and there have been people that have been DMing me.
I'll pull that up.
Yeah, I mean, but it's fine, right? But I'm just saying, like, there are people that have been DMing me because they just don't want to be involved in the arguments and, you know, have their Twitter feed like filled with bullshit. Like Mike was the person who sent me this chart, so I was like, you know, I'll give some credit to Mike, so I tagged Mike in the photo. Not knowing that 1,000 people were gonna reply to this shit last night.
Shout out to Hushfield for the chart.
Mike's Twitter field or his Twitter mention probably blown up this morning when he woke up and like, what the hell happened?
Definitely was.
Somebody likes me today.
There's like 30 plus notifications over there.
There is.
Yeah.
Just
You click that
This
shit.
is
Okay?
all you, Rick.
Clear that shit. My OCD is
Nah,
going out of control.
Okay.
Clear that shit.
God.
Click it.
Yeah. And you know, like, you know, when I posted this, it wasn't about being like, look, man, like, Tech is number one, it's growing, whatever. It was just like, don't forget this game is still good. You know, that's all I was trying to say, really. Like, all these people saying the game is trash, whatever, like, is it really? Because I'm pretty sure it would start dropping off this really big if it were actually what those people were saying about the game. You know, if it was true what those people were saying about the game. And I think, you know, we can look back at this in a couple months and we'll see where it's at, you know, because I think that'll be pretty interesting.
That's kind of the reason why I sent it over to you, especially because the hot topic lately is because
Because you didn't want the fire. You wanted to give Rip the fire.
I'm honestly scared to be on this podcast because no, but seriously, I was just like, I've been watching, I've been looking at Reddit for a couple months now, and I've been seeing this guy post these charts up every month, and I'm like, wow, Tekken's like really doing well, and it's not like
Thanks,
just
Hushfield.
yeah, seriously, I gave him a shout out earlier. Hushfield is the one that have been making the data and posting it up for everybody to see. But I've noticed last month too, Tekken was number one. A month before that, Tekken was number one. So I'm just like, everybody's been like all that fiasco with Leroy being dropped, but then still like the most played game on Steam, you know. But sure, popularity doesn't exactly equal good, but people like the game is what we're trying to say. It's all we're trying to say, you know.
Yeah, and like, you know, I understand like people can still be playing the game even if they don't like it, you know, and like eventually they're like this direction will pull people off. Like I get all that, but I'm saying it's not nearly as bad as people make it. I think that, you know, a lot of people are just like overreacting and they're making such a big deal. Like the game itself that they've had fun with is changing so dramatically. You know, things are completely different than they used to be. It's so similar, dude. Like the game is like barely changed. Anyways, that's basically it.
All that really means is that we really need some tournaments.
Yeah.
Because
Besides online.
I've been getting the itch, man. When's my next major? I need a major in my life, bro. Like,
You've been playing good again too.
man, I've just been playing for fun, but I'm just playing for fun. The game's still fun to me, so I'm just
Yeah, I could see it. You're doing pretty good. You definitely were
Yeah, I'm
leveling
definitely
up,
not
yeah.
trying to like stress myself out. Like I gotta get these TWT points. I gotta travel everywhere. I gotta make it to the top 20. I'm just trying to have fun with the game. And then I look at Twitter, and then like it's like that SpongeBob episode where the whole city's on fire. It's the end of the world. You know, I'm just like, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
Yeah.
But I'm really glad we're doing these online tournaments, and I know everyone's in the chat like, we're like, oh man, online tournaments. If you guys are your first time here, we've hosted 3 online tournaments, 2 on PS4 and 1 on PC this recently, and we've had 45 entrants for this PC tournament.
Yeah, and we have it region locked too, so it's not like we're gonna have like all across NA. It's not gonna be like California to New York or California to Florida kind of connections.
Wait,
whatever.
you're telling me Texas isn't West Coast?
They're not.
They're not.
What?
And it's even more limited than that. It's only up to Arizona and Vegas.
The last thing I
it's
want
very
is
SoCal region.
Run It Black to be even more toxic if Texas was in this fucking tournament.
We're gonna allow them in just for Run It Black. Yeah, Texas, you're allowed.
Just once. Go ahead, Texas. We'll take 3 of your best.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy times. Crazy times.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mike?
I think just bottom line, I think there's just a lot of people that really care about the well-being of Tekken or not, right? And it's just like people kind of want to just push their agendas, but it's just like, hey man, if you enjoy it, cool. If not, whatever, man. It's not the end of the fucking world. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the topics today. Anything else you guys want to add?
Can James enter WNF? I think he's a little bit too far north.
I think you're too far, James. I'm like, you're not even in NorCal. We don't even allow NorCal.
Oh,
No NorCal?
damn.
I mean, I think we should open it to NorCal next time.
You need to stop talking, man.
Yeah, nah, fuck.
Our connections. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead.
Also, like, there is also a WNF online in NorCal.
Yeah, there's
Like, they have their own. Yeah, so, like, why would we overlap, you know?
Can James join
Never
that
mind.
one?
Stay back there, NorCal.
Can James join that one? Is it open?
Dude, look 725 in chat because he won the first online WNF for NorCal. He said, dude, the last NorCal WNF had 6 people.
They
We
hit
had 45.
online way more than us.
Yeah.
We're all online players now.
Well, we moved over to PC, bro.
Yeah.
You guys need to get on it, man.
If
Yeah,
we
we
had
figured
some
it out.
sponsors to back us up, that'd be awesome too. Better prizes, more players. I don't know. I'm just saying.
NorCal Dash Block Online Edition. Where is it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that, things will be fine. I think I'm done replying to people on Twitter. Like,
Yeah, you should be done.
I mean, look, if people are the way people are attacking me, like, if you think about when this all went down with the original Wonky Murray article, whatever, I went to like Eris. He turned on our stream that morning, and he's talking about Michael Murray. He's like, look, man, have you seen the pants that Michael Murray wears? He's sensitive, I was like. So, I seen all the replies that I've been getting, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. Like, I have super thick skin, right? Like, dude, y'all can't be doing that like that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, double-edged sword, man. When you work and look for a company like Namco that's been doing what they've been doing, and your opinion sometimes gets you in some tight ass pants.
Yeah, different cultural stuff, right? You
Yeah.
don't talk back to your elders type of thing, your superiors and stuff like that. There's a lot of other things that we might not know behind the scenes.
Yeah, but I do think that, like, Namco needs, like, a community manager. Someone else to
They
interact
need
with the
a
community
checks
directly.
and balances. Yeah, even with the community's feedback and stuff, it's like we have a bunch of people wanting fucking Eliza's down 3, clean it range.
Stop bringing up Eliza's down 3. What was the last time Eliza down 3? What, Mike? You shut up with that.
I still get
Discord
upset
censoring you is the best.
I still get upset when I get hit by that. So I'm like,
Oh my God, I can't take you right now.
your 5 to 10 Eliza players wanting their clean it range buff.
There's
and then-
only 5 to 10 people wanting that shit. Come on, Mike. This is why you're down 4-2 with Steve got fucked up, man.
Hey
You
man,
keep saying
you
shit
could
like
keep that down 3 the same then. If my down 4 is that way, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, you're already
We're
there.
in the same boat, is what I'm saying, and we're
Don't
fine.
attack me, okay, man?
You're
Hold on.
lame,
First of all,
man.
you guys aren't even in the same boat. Shut the fuck up, Mike. Come on. But at the same time, I agree. Keep that down 3 clean hit shit out of here.
Out of here.
Right? Especially because if they buff it, then only like 5 people will even care. So it's like that's the reason why they don't buff it. It's like, all right, look, it's only like 2 of you guys. Chanel's not even a real alive player anymore.
He's a part-timer.
Put it away.
I can't be taking this from an Akuma player such as yourself, okay? Shut the fuck up over there, all right? Oh, you haven't played this game, all right?
That's pretty good.
Go catch some monsters, all right? Down three, some fucking monster hunter.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, but yeah, Warzone later. Make sure you guys tune in. We're gonna be playing some Warzone.
All right, so we're going to be
God.
closing up this episode. I think we brought up a lot of good points, a lot of both sides of the arguments. I think we've pretty much addressed a lot of things that's been going on, hot topics in the Tekken community lately. So we're going to do our follow me ats. Where can they follow you at? Rip to my...
Twitch.tv/level up your game. Repaul on Twitter. RWEPAL. If you guys have nothing to do right now and you just want to like laugh at people and laugh at my like anger, go read my tweets, you know, because I think I tweeted more in the last week than I have in like the last 2 years or something.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you have.
So I'm pretty sure anyone who had me on notifications, they shouldn't have.
I took you off notifications.
Yeah, I would have definitely taken me off notifications too. Hell yeah. No, but like, I was saying, like, you know, people like Twitter, you know, like, yeah, Cal's in the chat, like Twitter, you know, you roll down your windows, you let people yell inside your car at you, and you, for once, I was like, man, fuck this. I rolled down all the windows this past week, you know, I was like, everybody yell at me, man. Let me hear all your bullshit. I don't know why I did it. I mean, I told you why I did it, actually, but yeah, check me out on Twitter and Twitch, Instagram, Level Up Your Game.
Oh, and then where can they follow you at, Ricky?
Follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Ricksteezy, RickSteezy. If you want to have a good time, you can, you know, reply to me on my Twitter. My windows are all rolled up, and I got a sound system in the back blasted, so I can't hear anything.
Get fucked.
Keep bringing it.
All right, and where can they follow you at, Suiken?
You guys can find me on Twitch at Suiken User and Twitter TK Suiken.
Oh, and then you guys can follow me on Twitch and Twitter's at the name is MYK. And for the last segment of the night, I think we will have some good ones for this section. It's our Left Behind moment. Who do we got?
I've been waiting for this shit.
I'm not ready. Let me get the outro song ready. I feel scared. I feel like I'm gonna have to pull the trigger whenever. Okay, who wants to go first?
Let's let Rip go first because he was ready to burst. He's ready to burst. Go.
Honestly, I have nothing. I have literally,
let it
no,
out.
Seriously.
See, the dogs are saying, let it out.
There have been so many. There have been so many people. So many to leave behind. Like, if this could have been an entire podcast by itself. I could just read through my Twitter replies. You know what I mean?
Holy shit!
like, what do you want me to do in this situation? You know?
Make it sound like a radio love song, like episode or something. And shout out to Regina from Rick. He says, "Fuck out of here, you're a bitch."
Damn.
Yeah. No. Honestly, though, like, you know, there's just so much bullshit in the community. Like, I don't even care anymore about like the people that hate on it. Like, they're gonna be proven wrong as far as I'm concerned. So I don't have to leave them behind. They're gonna get left behind. And if they want to do me a favor, they could leave Tekken behind because I think they're gonna hurt the game overall.
There you go. Damn, you took that was gonna be one of my shit. I was gonna say, fuck. All right, go ahead, man. Ricky, Mike,
I have an easy one. COVID-19, man. I just want my tournaments. I want to see people again, man. I'm cooped up in here. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, the dogs are going crazy right now.
I want to eat out somewhere, man. That shit really hit me like a week or two ago. I was like, man, I want to go eat at this. Oh fuck,
Mike. Let me tell you. This is not part of my leave behind segment. But try living with fucking kids and a wife. Right,
and there's no freedom at all. That's what you're saying. I have no.
No, I love them to death, man. But man, dude, I cannot watch Frozen 8 times a day. I cannot watch Frozen 1 and 2 8 times a day. Seriously, dude. My wife is always on my back. She's always like, "What's for dinner? What are you making for us?"
Just let it go.
The toilet's clogged. What can I do? What you can do?
Let it go.
You stop putting so much toilet paper in about that shit, huh?
Da, 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 da.
Wait, well, what I want to
Dude, my dog got hyped.
I want to know if you've already done the baby shark thing.
Dude, that is on constant repeat, dog. That is my wife's fucking ringtone. She's like,
That is
baby
the
shark,
worst.
dude. Shut the fuck up. You want to fight today? Square up. Like, you know, shit, like, you just want to fight people, but,
Grandma
you know,
shark, do.
I love them to death. So shout outs to my wife and my family. I love you guys, but goddamn.
God damn.
That's not even my leave behind, but go ahead. I'll let Rick go first.
I mean, come on, man. I'm not even. I'm. Like,
It doesn't have to be Tekken related.
It
It
doesn't have
could
to
be
be
anything in your life.
Anything. You could
Honestly?
blame Warzone's like 80 gigabyte
Nah,
download.
Warzone-
How about that guy that hit you with the car through the wall?
That shit was
I-
tight.
the- I would be mad about that, but then I killed someone else with the car later, so it's like
Through the wall?
sure.
No, you
I hope
didn't.
so.
Oh,
No,
with the
you
with
didn't.
the helicopter blade.
That was sick.
I didn't
Oh,
see
yeah,
if
that-
that plan actually worked out. The riot
It does
shield with
work.
the C4. Did you actually get somebody?
Very slowly, yeah, and very pathetically, but it
Put a C4 on a drone, and then you fly the drone, and then someone ignites the C4. It works. Trust me. It's fun. We got to do it on Warzone when we play today.
Fuck.
I don't know anything
gotta
about. I still
download
have not played. So
I gotta
whatever.
download
I'm
it.
down. I'll play with you guys, but I'm not gonna stream it. Probably y'all can stream.
all right.
Definitely got to download.
We don't have to stream, but anyways, yeah.
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 All right, guys. I
Wait. I got one thing to
was
say.
about to start the music.
No, don't start the music because I have one thing. Look,
Okay.
like seriously. I feel like I don't want to say it because like it really pisses me off. It really pisses me off when people like Tiger
Hit the
Mask,
music.
right?
Oh,
no, seriously,
fuck.
like that shit is like, how many people? If you hate the game, and you don't like playing it, don't fucking play it. You know, don't come into our community as a Tekken community and come fuck shit up. Okay, we don't need you. We don't need those type of players here. Okay, we don't. Seriously, we don't. And I don't give a fuck if you guys are mad at me. I don't care. Come to my Twitter. It's open. Say some shit.
Damn,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm
Like,
starting the
seriously.
music
That shit
time,
makes me
boys.
mad because you guys barely started the game. If you just barely started the game and you already feel like you know enough that you want to come in here and talk some shit and you can ruin. No, fuck this shit. Okay, I'm mad. What the heck am I?
You guys
Okay?
were watching. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, all right. You guys know where to find them. TK Suiken. We'll see you guys next
Come
time.
find me too. Come find Rick. Rick,
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, too.
We've got a squad. Come get this shit,
Whoa,
okay?
whoa, straight to Suiken, please. All right, guys. See you guys
come
next
get
time.
this shit. We let the
Come get
dogs
this
out.
work from Suiken. All right, peace out, guys.
Come get this dick.